What's up, Jazzi Blood? I'm excited to be kicking back and talking DFW sports, especially when it comes to our Dallas Cowboys. And couldn't do this without Mr. Law Nation Sports. What's up, Law?
What's good? Everything is great over here, even though the Cowboys 2-2.
Yeah.
We're gonna fight. We're gonna fight and see it through. That's what we're gonna do.
Yeah, and I was gonna ask you about that because I'm like, oh, the Steelers 3-1. I don't know what you're feeling about that. I ain't too, but whatever. Let's get into it, okay? Last week we did our thing against the Giants, 20-15.
Right.
I kind of felt like the Giants was looking like how we was looking the week before. Like,
right.
They still go, they wait all the way to the end of the game.
Right.
What were some takeaways from you from the game last week?
Well, on the negative connotation, before I get positive, the injuries. Casualty in war, we lose out on Michael Parsons. We lose out on D-Law. So those two guys are pivotal guys that we need down the stretch. We are the 32nd ranked defense. And now the defense that's being 32nd ranked get even more of a situation far as the injuries, which is something that happens in football, right?
Yeah.
But the positive part of it, we won. Right, we 2-2, we 500. We are second place in our division. Yeah.
I'm not bad about that. What about Cooks? What's going on with Brandon?
Oh, and I forgot to add that in. He had something to do with his knee. I think that they said it was an infection that could explain the reason why his get off and his burst wasn't there. All this season, he haven't been practicing and trying to get those veteran days in, but it comes to show that he have some type of knee situation. And they said that this happened all the way back in training camp.
Yeah.
So when your knees get bad, you know how that goes. It takes everything away from a wide receiver.
Without Michael Parsons, do you feel like we have something to be concerned about?
Oh, yeah, we got a lot of things to be concerned about.
I'm like, going into predictions for the game,
right?
What are some things that we should keep an eye on when it comes to the Steelers? I know for sure Najee
Harris.
Yeah.
Well, I think that if you can stop the run, that will be a plus for us because you want to make Justin Fields throw the ball. And he trusts his legs more than his arm. So I think that we can, corral and put some exotic looks out there so that we can utilize some of that inefficiencies that he have with his throwing mechanics. But if they fool around and get out here and start running all over us, it's going to be a long night on primetime Sunday night football. You got to stop the run. Stop the run, force Fields to throw the ball. You can win this game.
Yeah, I feel like the Cowboys are putting a lot of pressure, which respectfully on your boy, Tyler Guyton. He had a little bit of a performance the last game. Do you feel like he can perform to the level that the Cowboys are expecting him to, or do you feel like we just pull back just a little bit on Tyler?
No, well, here's the thing. When you are a rookie on the offensive line, you are only as strong as your weakest link, right? Mm-hmm. So the problem is we got two rookies out there, and we call that growing pain. So even though a lot of people will say, hey, we want him to do X, Y, and Z things, he had to go through a gauntlet of nice pass rushers. And to add to that, this weekend is not even going to be easier because you still have TJ Watt. You still have Cam Hayward. You have all of those boys that pin their ears back and go straight to the quarterback. So I think that with this particular team, due to the injuries that we have on defense, and on top of that, due to the newness that we have on offensive line, we have to do this. We have to be like a knot that's on the rope. When the opposing forces pull, that knot get tighter. We're going to have to get this thing through. We're going to have to tight and be really running the ball instead of throwing the ball around, because that's the only way on the road to get things going. Run the ball, let these young offensive linemen get into their groove, and I think that we'll be able to be victorious if we do those things.
Right. And, message to the fans. I know a lot of times we be taking stuff real personal. And there was an interesting flag that was thrown last week that I was like, and it was almost going to be a foul play. We almost didn't get that touchdown. Do you remember that?
A flag on...
It was a flag like right during that second, before we got that second touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
They had threw out a flag, and they said it was almost going to be a foul on the play. And I know sometimes as fans, there's like a fine line between understanding the rules and then knowing whenever we feel like we get cheated by the ref.
Yeah,
Especially on the
yeah.
road. So, going out to the Steelers, there any concern there when it comes to, us taking our emotions out of the game and letting the rules be the rules.
Let the rules be the rules. Don't allow the officials to control the game. Focus on the things that you can control, like offsides. That's something you can control. False starts. That's something you can control. These subjective calls, like pass interference, holding to a degree, I would say, hey, you play your technique, you play a sound game, and everything else will work its way out. Just be a disciplined team. The Cowboys last game, I think we had north of 10 flags. You can't do that, especially against a Mike Tomlin's type of team. He's going to be a discipline. He's going to be a very disciplined team. He's a disciplinarian over there. So he's not going to allow his team to play out of character. But we got to somehow minimize those flags and minimize those undisciplined movements that we do.
Yeah, man. Look, I was happy to see Trayvon back on the field. That's my boy. I feel like he was playing it real safe.
Yeah,
I wasn't like concerned about, but I'm like,
Well, news came out just yesterday, and he had to skip practice due to an ankle injury. So even though Trayvon Diggs played last week, he's hurt.
What he thought? He got like a cramp or something? It wasn't just a cramp. It was more than a.
Well, it was a cramp during the game. Michael Parsons was able to rub that one out. But this week, just yesterday, it was reported that he went down in practice due to an ankle injury. So, yeah, this news is not good. But hey, they say he is a game day decision that he's going to play on Sunday night. So,
okay. Yeah. We're going to be locked and loaded, man. I wish they was playing here because I wanted to go out and tailgate for my birthday, but it's all good.
Yeah. We're going to still have a party for you, Jazzy. You know how this goes. Hey, we're going to celebrate your birthday this weekend. And then on top of that, let's be victorious. Come on with it.
Let's be victorious. Can we please, Cowboys, do it for me?
Do it for Jazzy. Come on.
7:20 is going down. We're taking on the Steelers, man. If people want to catch up on more inside scoop on the Dallas Cowboys, where can they find you at?
Yes, there'll be Law Nation Sports. I'm on multiple platforms under that name, Law Nation Sports. So look that up. You'll see my face, name, and logo on TikTok, on as well as YouTube, of course. And what was the app I'm on? The X app, Facebook, and Instagram. I'm everywhere. Law Nation Sports. Oh, by the way, I got to give you my score prediction, though. We can't run without that.
Okay.
I got to give you my. I got the Cowboys 24 because whoever scores get to 20, I think they're going to win this game. But I got the Cowboys 24 to the Steelers 14. Come on, let's get it. Let's be mean with it.
24 to 14. And I'm holding you to that, Law. We gonna see. You get close to that. What you want, like stay or something? Stay on me.
Oh yeah, well we probably had to do something. You're not doing any
of the fantasy football stuff, are you?
Well, I'm such a Cowboys guy. I fool around. If I do fantasy, it'll be all Cowboy players. It'll be like, I got Dak Prescott. Give me CeeDee Lamb. Give me Jake Ferguson. Come on, baby.
All right, cool. Well, look, I'll see you next week then.
No doubt.
Good job.
Let's get it. Peace.
That was great.